And there's always been some dirty female rappers and stuff like there. Like there were some girls back in the 90s as well, I guess. But it just feels like around 2015, maybe, we started getting a lot more of these female rappers. Nicki Minaj probably is the start of this sort of scene, but it's followed up with all these artists. And I want to put this out there first and foremost. I love having female rappers. There's no different male rappers, females rappers, whatever. Different perspective, different rappers. And what I really want to say is some of these girls are badass. Like their rapping is on point. Their flow, their rhymes, their lyrics are on point from a sound point of view. Nicki Minaj, I think, is an absolute excellent rapper when it comes to the actual delivery. I love rappers that play with tone and have high moments, low moments. The way they rhyme, the words that they rhyme are just on point, like amazing creative things. Like the way rappers have been able to rhyme random things together that you technically wouldn't put the two words together and say that's a rhyme, but they actually do. Because again, it's about how you say it. You can tweak the words, and that's music, that's creativity, and that's really, really enjoyable and fun to listen to. Nicki Minaj is right up there. I feel like Ludacris was like that. He would do lots of tones, ups and downs, and all that stuff. And there's lots of rappers who have been doing this from day one. And so what I'm really getting is I'm really impressed with the sound and the rapping skills of guys like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, same thing, badass. Megan Thee Stallion, pretty cool. Sexy Red, Glorilla, Iggy Azalea. There's a lot of amazing rappers. Cardi B is amazing. I mean, just, again, they have incredible flow and rhythm, and there's something special. I guess that's why they're standing out, is they sound amazing. But the problem I'm having is that 99.9% of their content is just absolutely disgusting. And men have no excuse for this either. But it does feel different. It does feel like the women and the way you're rapping. I don't know if it's because it's coming out of a woman's mouth and not a man's mouth. I understand how men think. Men think of sex and very physical stuff. And I figured women do too to some degree, but I always thought it was men were definitely had that edge on that side. We just see a woman and we almost, we automatically think sexual thoughts and stuff like that. But these women, man, they're just talking about sex, like, and dirty, ratchet set, not love, not like love making kind of thing. It's all just like, I just have a guy that does this, and they have no problem talking about, like, no, if you were talking like this in the 90s, what they're talking about nowadays in their songs, you would immediately be labeled a hoe, a prostitute, or hooker, just a dirty, dirty woman. Like the things that they're saying, how they're just sleeping around, they just want a man for his parts. They have no love, respect, and they'll drop him in like a dog, like kind of thing. Basically, it's like they're just trying to sound like men. And a man who's like, I got women and I sleep with thousands of women. I didn't respect that either, of course. But there was this sort of illusion that there's something amazing about that you're successful, that you've got, women fawning over you and you're sleeping with thousands of women and stuff like that. Rock stars have been doing that for decades, and rap stars and really musicians of all types, movie stars, of course, have always sort of had kind of that part of that persona, but I don't even know. It feels like it's been dialed up even more so with these female rappers. And so what I would like to say is, one, it's boring. Like, it really is. Like, there's nothing creative about it. I've heard that type of song 1,000 times over, lyric-wise, content-wise. What is not boring is I love the beats. Whoever's producing, making these beats, whoever those guys may be, or girls, of course, love the sound that you guys are making the beats, the rhythms, the samples that you guys are finding and creating into rap songs is on point. There's amazing, amazing music out there. But your content's making it harder for me to listen to your songs because, one, I like to play my music loud in my car. I like to have my windows and my sunroof open on a nice sunny day, which I get plenty of here in Brisbane and Gold Coast. But how am I supposed to play that loud if anyone pulls up near me Or if I drive by a kid, I feel disgusting. I feel gross, and I have to actually turn it down or actually change it. So, but at the same time, just even from a personal point of view, give me something more creative. Talk about something more real. Stop just singing about how you F a bunch of guys and you could give a flip and how you're the baddest. Okay, done that, heard that. We've heard that since the 90s. I don't understand why you guys are repeating that. Talk about how life is hard or how hard you work to get to where you are now. Talk about goals that you have or themes. Talk about wokeism or politics or whatever. Even that, I don't. As much as I hate politics, I think it's stupid and divisive. Talk about a point of view. Talk about something more. Have songs of different content, of different meaning. Like have a better message than I have stuff that's pretty much the same thing, which is very materialistic. I have cars, I have bling, I have rings, I have Gucci bags and red shoes and blah blah blah. Red bottom shoes. I don't know why that's a big deal. Stop talking about how you just F guys and could give a flip about guys and how your coochie is red and just ridiculous stuff. Really ridiculous stuff. But even from an artist point of view, stop being repetitive, stand out, be different. I feel like if I was hearing this same exact music, this really great beats and this great rapping skills that you guys have, but your content was more interesting, more fascinating, more like wholesome and real, because to me it just sounds fake. Like you've just figured out, oh, this is what rap is supposed to be. We're only supposed to talk about materialism, having things, sex, and how you're the best, how you're a badass or something. I can't be like, why is that the rules of rap? Why is that the genre? I guarantee you, if you sing about real, honest, authentic messages, you talk about something. It could be like how you had a bad experience with a roommate. It could be about how you went to this wedding and it was crazy. Everything in the world is available to you, and yet for some reason you sing the same exact song about effing guys and how you got cars and how you got Gucci shoes and stuff like that. Like, it's boring. Come on, get more creative. You've got the creative ability. You can get in front of a microphone and listen to the beat and then just start saying stuff. But for some reason, all you girls are singing the same stuff. And this goes for the rap guys as well. Really, honestly, it does. It always has. That's been a problem with a lot of rap. Is, I guess I've learned from reading and watching videos and stuff that there is a bit of that in the African American culture, where there's like wearing flashy clothes and bragging you're the best. That is something in African American culture that is relevant to them. But again, I don't know. It's really frustrating because it feels like great music is being very dirty, very lots and lots of cuss words, lots of gross words. And I'm over it. It's hard because I really love the sound and I can listen to the music and just groove to the beat immediately. Love it. And I love the variety I'm hearing. Like, I like sex. Just to give you some examples, Sexy Red has this real sort of street voice. She literally sings songs out of tune with sort of this off-tone voice, but it feels very raw, very authentic. And I love that sound that she brings. She's Memphis. I've always loved Memphis rap. Grew up with 666 Mafia and Project Pat and Yo Gotti and all these other guys. Growing up in Nashville, I guess a lot of Tennessee rap just sort of float around us in Nashville, as well as, coming out of Memphis. All that stuff's really Memphis. And I've always loved that sound. I still listen to 666 and Project Pat. I think Chicken Heads is probably my favorite rap song of all time. And it's a silly song. It's just about girls that are, I guess, chicken heads, as he's put it. But there's just a rhythm. It's more about the sound again. Grew up, I remember how me and my friend Nima just loved and actually fought over who would play, because we would DJ, Back That Ass Up, or Back That Thing Up, depending on which version you had, from Juvenile, stuff like that. I mean, that's what I grew up with as a DJ, as somebody who played music at parties and dance clubs, because I did that scene when I was younger. And back then it wasn't too big a deal. You pay Back That Thing Up or Back That Ass Up if you're at the club, so you can have the more raw version. But I would play it at, dance, like proms and stuff, and it wasn't too big a deal. The stuff now, I can't, there's no way I could play that at a prom, even though the kids want it. I don't even think they have radio edits of these songs. I don't know if they do. I haven't really seen them. It's not like they're just thinking, let's just go super dirty. And apparently now kids are listening to this stuff. I watched a video just now that caused me to record this video where kids were talking about how they were demanding the song Pound Town by Sexy Red. And I knew Sexy Red as soon as the person said that's who makes that song. I was like, oh yeah, I like Sexy Red. She's a Memphis girl. She's got that. She, again, is that one with that sort of raw, very street voice. So it feels very authentic. Again, I like her rap style. I like what she's doing. But I hate her content. There's no difference. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Sexy Red, Glorilla, all those girls. There's more that I'm not even thinking of right now. Again, I like you, girl. Like, I like your rap style. I just don't like the content. It's disgusting, it's gross, and it's repetitive. Get creative. Talk about something new. Stand out. I feel like, first of all, you would be so much more successful. If I was a producer, a manager, I would be pleading to my girl, you're a badass, but let's not talk about effing guys and clothes and how you can say a little bit of how I'm the baddest. That doesn't really bother me. How you're amazing. MJ did that. I'm bad, stuff like that. Who's bad? Like that was kind of that same sort of thing, but that doesn't really bother me too much. That's fun. It's a good song. But stop the grossness. Have songs that you would be fine playing to a 5-year-old kid. It's a rap song, but the content is, it could be about love. It could be about literally the whole world. There's so much more topic than just effing guys. Like, how is that your whole life? And I don't want to single out the ladies because, again, it really does apply to all these other guys. A song that I've had on repeat for the last few months that just for some reason I really grew to, I find it, and I actually sort of changed the lyrics to, is a song by Offset. And what's the song called? It's the one where he goes, Shorty, swing my way. Yeah, it's called Swing My Way. That's what it's called. Shorty, swing my way. Shorty, swing my way. And I don't know, something about that song just I really resonate with. I changed the words slightly. I feel like there was actually more that could have been done with that song that I creatively actually want to play with, and I just sort of sing it the way I want it, the things that I want to do with it. And so I'm hearing, I don't know, we had this problem in the 90s, maybe because I'm older, I'm applying a little more morality and principality and to it, but because this was always an issue with rap in the 90s to some degree, but I don't know, it felt like the dirty stuff was on the tracks. The singles were more toned down. Of course, they would have radio edits, and you were fine with the radio edits. You were fine with Back That Thing Up, and then you could listen to the album, listen to Back That Ass Up. But Thing to Ass is not a big deal. The stuff now is way beyond ass. It's way beyond that. They're talking about Bloody Red Sea and stuff like that. It's just like, what kind of imagery are you trying to put in me, and why do you think that's great? I don't know. It feels like you're missing out on a tremendous opportunity to, one, stand out and have content that actually has authenticity, actually has meaning, has value, isn't repetitive, isn't like what all the other girls are doing out there or the boys. And actually parents would play for their kids. You would be played on radio, you'd be played on TV shows, but they can't play any of your songs because everything you say is disgusting. Every song has really, really disgusting lyrics. So I feel like from a money point of view, you're missing out. All you have to be is that same badass rapper, but your content, your lyrics don't have cuss words. They don't have dirty sexual references over and over again. And if I could really second on top of that, don't be so materialistic. Like, I take flights, I fly here, I have this, I have Gucci bags, I would shoot. Like, all that materialism is, like, the average person doesn't have that stuff. They don't even really think about it too much. They're living their lives, they're going to work, they're having families and kids, and they want to, something that can resonate with them. I'm sure people will always dream about having millions of dollars and living luxury life, but at the end of the day, the songs that people truly love eternally, that stand the test of time, will always be songs that have like really resonate with your soul, with your life. And that stuff's just not what we think about constantly and deal with. We wish for some of those things, but at the end of the day, that's just wishing. It's very trivial. It's very minimal kind of topics. Whereas you talk about love, or talk about betrayal, you talk about being cheated on, talk about how hurt you were, talk about you got sick. I could come up with 2 billion topics because I could just literally open up the encyclopedia and say, talk about this, talk about science, talk about wokeism, talk about cultural fads, talk about politics even. Just something. Get a little more creative. I mean, NWA had this stuff too. Let's talk about NWA for a split second. They had their religious songs. They had the art of sucking something. I remember that. That song has an incredible beat, actually. It's actually really, again, sound-wise, it is an incredible beat. And that flute sound and everything in it, if you know the song, you know what I'm talking about. But it was a disgusting sort of message. And, at the time, that was kind of like, ooh, that was dirty. And that was sort of innovative back then. It's nothing innovative about it now. There's 2 billion songs like that being repeated by all the other girls in your competition. So, but then you also had songs like Respect Yourself. And F the Police is also a relevant song. Like, this is them expressing true feelings and emotions of how they are getting hassled by the police and worse. That's a true feeling of emotion. There's anger and actual authenticity, if I can say that right, in the lyrics and the content. The creation of those songs are coming out from real things happening to them in their lives and them putting it down on paper. So I respect artists. They're at different times and different parts of their life, and they're the ones that are really being artists and being true to themselves. But I feel like you girls are just like, well, this is what rap music is for female rap artists right now. It's going to just be about effing guys with no discrimination, no relationship, no love. It's all just like, I don't give a flip and I don't care what guys do and want. It's sort of this like, I'm such a badass, and of course I've got stuff, and other girls are bitches. It's just like, okay, I get your point. I get your lyrics, your content, but there's nothing innovative about it. I am happy to still listen to the music. I will continue to still listen to the music because, again, the way I listen to music anyway, naturally, my default stage is the sound of it. So the content doesn't annoy me personally so much. It's just that when I start to pay attention, or I know when I'm in the car, I'm playing that stuff loud, that other people would hear it, and they would just randomly hear a word, which is disgusting. And so I feel bad and guilty, and I know I just have to sort of turn that off or turn it down, really. And that's sad too. Don't you want your music blasting through the air? You want cars playing it? But respectful people aren't going to do that to their community and play that loud. Whereas if you had just different lyrics that weren't dirty, weren't tons and tons of cuss words and dirty sexual words, then I would be happy to blast your music all across where I'm at now, which is Brisbane area. So I don't know. That's my message to you ladies, but it applies to the guys too. I don't want to say it doesn't. It's just, I feel like we're in sort of this era where there's a lot of great female rappers going on, and I'm embracing it. I love it. I'd never have a problem with that. I'm not sexist by any means. It just feels like they're even dirtier in a weird way. I don't know if I ask myself the question. I don't know if it's because they're ladies, it makes it feel dirtier coming out of a woman's mouth. That's an interesting question to sort of ponder. But I've always had that problem with rap in general, from the 90s into the 2000s and beyond, where I felt like the content was a lot of just materialism, a lot of I'm the best, I'm the baddest, and sleeping with women and how they could give a flip. It's gross. I mean, it's the same, with 21 Savage and DaBaby and all these other artists that are sort of coming out, have been coming out, of course. And I'm always just like, come on. Your music sounds great. Your rap skills are on point. Just your content, your actual lyrics, your actual words have no value. So shallow. And that's what I would say to you is, I don't want you to quit. I want you to be who you are. I want you to be the badass rappers that you definitely are, but create content, lyrics that have some real authenticity. Talk about who you are. Talk about your life. I mean, again, I can come up with 2 billion topics that you could talk about. Why do you got to repeat the same 3, 4 messages over and over and over? Anyways.